Yeah, I was in the second session, or first session, and then that was it.
Right. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to session number 4 of the Forge of Fury. Tonight we got Steve, and Dougie and Mike back again. We're going to sort of carry on from where we were last session, but Doug's very kindly volunteered to give us a recap on the last session because Steve weren't there, and I'm sure you guys could do with a reminder. So over to Dougie. Thanks.
Okay, so as a party, we had managed to cross the bridge just inside the mountain, and we were deciding what to do. And we quickly came across the big boss man, who very quickly just got battered by us, completely destroyed. We locked ourselves in, and we were quite safe for a little while, but we were deciding what to do to move forward. So we came up with a plan where we disguised one of the characters. I think it was Rogar, actually,
and Grog, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Krug as the big baddie. We hid and we summoned basically a shaman, another caster, who we knew to be within the realms of the mountain. She came along eventually. She got close, and to cut a long story short, she got cut in half from top to bottom by an axe. So yeah, we absolutely battered her, and then the two decided, Rogar and Krug decided that they were going to cut the faces of these two orcs and wear them as masks. Luckily for this, Mathelin went out and explored another room, set off a trap, but survived it, managed to pocket a bit of treasure, and on the way back, probably got the life scared out of him by Rogar and Krug, dressed up as these. Anyway, we explored more of the mountain of this level, and we managed to locate a room with 2 other orc warriors in, who I think had a bit of foot and mouth or gangrene or some sort of disease, which stopped them being able to go for the patrol. But of the sight of Krug and Rogar, they literally just shat themselves, pissed themselves, dropped their weapons, and we ended their life pretty damn quickly. Following that, we managed to find a hidden doorway into the shaman's secret room, where we found a few potions and other bits and pieces. And from there, we found a doorway leading into a huge cellar. The rest of the party decided they were going to try and explore a door to the north, that every time they tried to open it, set off gas and fumes from a couple of holes. But they blocked that, opened it, and found it was literally a decoy. There was nothing there. So we slowly ventured down through the mountain door. Ollie, can you quickly change maps for me, please?
Yeah.
So, okay, it's all blacked out. So we ventured down the mountain door until we got to a crossroads, effectively, in the cavern, where there was a slight river running down. One of the, I think it was Krug, went up a little bit, came back and went, there's something up there, we're not sure. And Mathelin, being a bit more sneaky, went off on his own. Entered a room where he found a dwarf in a cavern, searched him, and while he was doing so, he found some sturges in the roof. We killed a load of them before them very quickly, and he deemed this to be the nest. So he backed away a little bit, went back to where the rest of the party should have been, and they had already fucked off. They headed off further down into the cavern system, So Methellan thought that they'd gone back up to the start, so he went back up the stairs, and the rest of the party got involved in a bit of a fight with a load more Sturges that done a bit more damage this time and nearly dropped a couple of the party. But no, we got back together. We entered another room where there was a couple of trogs that were hidden. I think we dealt with them fairly quickly, and then decided that, you know what, we're a little bit poorly. We really need to go back. And we decided that actually, with the hidden door that we could lock from the inside, we stayed in the shaman's hut for a long rest and recharged our abilities and our hit points and was ready for the adventure ahead. However, during the night, somehow, Krug seems to have escaped, and Durzo's appeared out of nowhere. So, there we are.
That was a very comprehensive recap. Thank you very much for that. The only bit I remember slightly different was you found evidence and footprints of troglodytes, but you didn't actually bump into any.
Ah, yes, yes.
I want to ask a question about that recap.
Uh-huh.
What's this about cutting people's faces off?
Yeah, so we entered, so it's an orc mountain, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we found the orc chief's chambers. We managed to kill a couple of, I think it was wolves, and the orc chief. We then used disguise self, or basically we disguised one of the other guys as the orc chief. We called out to the orc shaman, who's a really old lady, sort of like 90s, rickety, to come in because we thought she'll be a threat. She got close enough, didn't recognise him. We battered her. She didn't really do much, to be honest. And then as I went off exploring and came back, they decided that because we had a dragonborn and a half orc, that they fit in well with each of the faces of the shaman and the orc tribal leader. So they literally removed their faces and wore them as a Michael Myers mask.
when we met Wolfie, the leader,
that's his name.
I don't think he was an orc though. Was he Ollie? Was he something else?
He was an Orog, I think.
Yeah, I took his head.
We're still an Orog's an elite orc.
Yeah.
Well, I took his head so that we could use it for leverage later on if we needed to. But as we were locked in that room, and very quickly became apparent that other people wanted to get into that room, the only way was, I think, to wear the head as a mask. I can't really remember it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, then when we entered the room with the two other orcs, I pretended that these were my zombie slaves. And I threatened to send them against the orcs, and they literally pissed themselves.
Yes, it was the evening before Halloween as well, so perhaps we were all feeling a little bit spooky and whatever.
Garish.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that recap.
Yeah, it was very good. So the long and short of it is, they made their way down into the Glitterhame, which is the next level down. Did a bit of a recce, bumped into some stringes that did Sturges. I can never say that bloody name.
We were talking about this the other night, and I can never remember that name.
Sturges, bumped into some Sturges who were a bit more of a handful than perhaps some of the players had bargained for originally. Time was getting on anyway. Health points were low, so a strategical retreat back to have a long rest in the one of the chambers up in the now empty orc level, and that's where
before we begin, Ollie, I've just noticed that Durzo's still level 3.
I'll change it as we go. Oh, it's alright, because the only thing that I was going to do is you get a stat increase. Is it a level 4? Is that 3?
Yeah, level 4.
Yeah, 4, yeah.
I'll just level that and I'll keep my 2 weapon firing, which is what I was going to do anyway. So I had it on accident then beforehand.
Don't forget to whack your health points up a little bit as well.
Yeah. What's that one?
So yeah, so we start the adventure today. We're in the shaman's hidden office kind of thing, above or just to the south of the stairs that lead down into the Glitterhame, whatever you want to call it. And hand over to you guys.
Sweet.
As we're sort of stirring from our slumber, going to sort of roll over and realise that breakfast turned into Thursday.
What is this magic?
Evening, fellas. Sorry I was a little detained, but better late than never. I followed your tracks, your trail of destruction, and eventually tracked you here. As of the other fellow, I've not seen him. Have you lost him?
I'm going to just look to the Maplin and say they must have been going up and down that chimney.
Perhaps he slunk off in the night to get some orc goodies from some of the crates that were scattered around that level.
I think we need a bigger fire.
I tell you what, though, you two were easy to sneak up on in the night. Maybe fortify the door next time.
Well, with the amount of snoring that Rogar was doing, I think an army of undead could have walked through it.
Well, I'm glad to be back, old friends.
Shall we show Durso our Glitterhame?
Yeah, Durso, whatever you do, keep looking up.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so without any without being hindered in any way, you can you make your way back down to the Glitterhame. You find yourselves on the map in the top left.
Top left.
If you want to drag your characters on there, or I'll do it for you if you can't. We're back there, and I can tell you. Yeah, so. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah. So you're just at the bottom of the stairways now. It kind of leads into this lower area. I'll uncover a bit more. There's a sort of a fork in the road, so to speak.
Yeah, we uncovered all that.
Yeah, you'll be familiar with where you are. I'll open up the map.
How do I get my token on it?
I'll do it for you in a sec. Hold on.
Right,
if you hold down your left mouse
chat
button,
icon.
you can drag it across.
Next to it is the journal icon. So if you then click your name in that journal and drag it onto the map.
Click and hold and drag.
Hey, I never knew that. That's pretty cool.
The area that you are now in, Mathlin. Oh, you're shooting off up there, eh?
Yeah, that's where the trogs were.
Don't go shooting off up there, because that's where we came across those trog footprints.
Well,
Yep.
right. Roughly where would you two be stopping? Because I'd just be following you because I've not been in this area before.
I'm
Right.
stopping on this side of the river, because this is where there was no danger.
Right, I'll
Let me
stop
just
for you
gi-
for a minute.
let me
and,
just give you a bit
turn
of
to you and be like, what are you on about? We keep looking up. Normally you got to look down, you got to look around, in front of you, and to the sides.
Keep looking up.
So Durzel, I'll just to set the scene a little bit for you. The first time you've been down here, I can tell you that the descending fissure opens up abruptly into a very high cavern. Its ceiling is easily 40 feet or more overhead. The stairway continues to wind down along a ledge that follows the north wall of the chamber. A fast-flowing stream, about 5 feet wide, runs across the floor of the chamber from the north and disappears under a low stone overhang in the south. A larger passageway exits to the southeast and the northeast.
If you want to know what I mean by look up, go there, Durzo.
Sounds like it might be dangerous.
I'm not, well, I don't think that Applin should be going quite so far ahead on his own.
He's on a mission, isn't he?
Why? Are you chicken Dragonborn?
Are you using the red circles for health?
I can't remember now. I normally do on my games, but I think when you, roll 20 preload.
It's already got the green one as health.
Oh, hold on, mine aren't even up to date.
It don't make a difference, really. It's just I used the green one and didn't realise.
No.
I just
The red one is speed, green one is health, and I think the blue one is armor class.
When I set things up, I have the red one as HP, the blue one as passive perception, and the blue one as armor class. But roll 20 does it. Blue armor class, green health, and red is just empty.
No, my token's set up how I need it to be, which is same as yours, Ollie. So green is AC, blue PP, and red is hit points.
Yeah. As long as you guys know which is which, yeah.
Yep.
It's all good. I don't care what you use.
Come on, Durzo, stop being chicken and be more dragon.
I will. I've just finished leveling. That's why I was being a bit quiet.
Sorry, Rogar.
So this area where Mathlin is you're coming into the area where you found some troglodyte footprints.
Yeah. Come on, am I going to take them all out alone?
Hold on, sort this out. Sorting out. Right. Are we shouting across here right now?
No, I wouldn't be, because I know. Oh, hang on. Oh no, I didn't learn it. Yeah, I'll be shouting it.
Really?
And also, you don't have. What race are you, Durzo?
Kobold.
Do you have dark vision?
Yes, sir.
I know Dragonborn don't.
No, but we also said last week I was carrying a torch.
No, I don't think you are. What's your weapon?
Yeah, we also discovered that I can't use my weapon while I'm carrying a torch.
What is your weapon?
He lit the end of it, don't you remember?
What is your weapon?
A great axe.
Okay. Ding, your great axe now glows.
Oh yes, that's right. We did that before. Yeah, that was the problem. I couldn't stealth anymore, so I had a glowing axe floating around.
Yeah, and you're not very good at stealth anyway. It's not quite as good as a torch, because a torch is 30 and 30. However, what colour would you like the light to be?
White light?
You want white light.
Racist light.
Okay, your light is white.
I want black light. Ooh, UV.
I'm going to, because we haven't been down here recently, and thank you for lighting up my axe once more.
You're welcome.
Just go.
I forgot you had the creepy old man voice.
Investigation roll, just to see if there's any new prints from these troglodytes.
You can see. You can certainly see, now you know what you're looking for. You can certainly see footprints. They're pretty much all over this area. They come from the path where Mathlin has gone up, and they seem to enter the stream and then stop.
Are they particularly fresh, these prints, or are they old?
You can't date them exactly, but trouble is, being underground is there's no wind or anything else. So a footprint that was made 10 years ago and is undisturbed pretty much looks like a footprint that was made yesterday. So distinguishing amount of time is quite hard to do. You didn't notice them before, but you weren't really looking for them before. But now you've seen a few and you are paying more attention. You can certainly see footprints coming from that general direction, disappearing into that stream in front of you there.
Although there's a river flowing to my west, and I see Rogar's stopped and he's paying attention to his surroundings. I'm going to try and listen deeper into the cave where I'm at, see if I can hear any breathing or anything. Perception?
Yes, please, yeah.
Okay, how long has it been? 2 minutes?
Okay. So, concentrating on the sounds in the cavern, you can hear that it's a vast network of different tunnels and chambers. You can hear the echo of sounds and dripping and general cave noises from all directions, but you can also hear a low kind of grumbling sound coming from over here, almost like a large animal, not roaring as such.
We already know that's a giant bear.
How do you know that then?
We got the we detected the tracks before that you said was
Oh, you saw the
bear-like.
tracks, yeah. You didn't find the bear though, I don't think, but anyway.
So
I
maybe-
will lock up.
So yeah, you can hear the rumbling of a bear sort of in this general direction.
If I were to set an animal trap, say,
Yeah.
could that later be disarmed just to give us a chance to explore down here, only because we know this is a heavily used area right there. So if I set a trap, could I disarm it later, but also we use that as an opportunity to explore south?
Yep.
So do we think as a team that's a good idea? Just give us a bit of extra security to go south.
Can anyone speak with animals?
I don't think so.
I cannot.
Okay, that sounds like a plan, so I'm going to back away a little bit.
I don't know.
Am I free to cross this river, or is it just like a little stream?
You are able to wade across it.
Cool.
As you do wade across it, you can feel it's quite a strong current. It strikes you that for such a narrow stream, it's only about 5 foot wide, and it's not particularly deep. It does strike you that the current is particularly strong.
Do I need to make any particular rolls to be able to?
Yeah, this trap thing. I'm not massively familiar with the rules for traps. I'll take it you've got some traps.
Yeah, it's just an animal trap. It came as part of
Okay.
my
What I'll say then is, if you can make a survival check to lay the trap, the higher you roll, the better hidden and thus effective the trap will be.
That makes sense.
Okay. I was just going to look in the handbook actually and see if there's any particular rules surrounding it. If you want me to do that quickly.
Are you proficient in traps?
I don't know. It's just part of one of my kits that I have.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you haven't got a proficiency in traps. So literally, I would say rather than a.
I have a proficiency in traps.
Do you?
Yes.
Let Dozo lay it then.
I don't have a trap, but I can lay someone else's.
Yeah, but Rogar does.
The gist of it is, the better that you guys roll when you're laying this trap, the more likely it is that someone's going to catch it rather than step over it or dodge it or whatever.
Yeah, because Dozo will actually get a
You get +2, didn't you, to...
double your proficiency. Yeah.
So whatever your survival is, and then you can add 2 to it, I guess, for being proficient.
So.
And as it's Rogar's trap, he probably knows it well, so he might be able to help him out, give him advantage on the roll.
Go on then. Since it's the Christmas season, I've got my decorations up. How could I say no?
So what do I actually roll to do it?
I think the best way to do it is both of you roll a survival each, add 2, and take the highest.
Okay. So,
No.
17, still fairly good.
That's good, yeah. Cool. So, let me see if I can find something that looks like a trap. Just so I can stick it on the map.
Just draw it. I'll draw something for you.
Yeah, I've got one. Look at that. Bada bing.
That looks just like mine.
Oh.
Did it? Yeah, that looks just like mine.
Look at that. See? That's a cool trap.
That's a good
proper.
trap,
That's a proper bear trap, isn't it?
Where have I gone?
That's a good question as well.
I think I'm underneath it.
Oh, there you are. Right. So the trap is now laid.
You're on the wrong side of it.
Rather well. Yeah, I mean, you know it's there, so you can hop over it without a problem.
Yeah.
Maybe you dug a little pit and you put a trap in there and you just put the dirt back round the edges of it and whatever, and it's made it look suitably camouflaged.
Yeah. Well, it's just a security measure, so we know that anything that's patrolling up there is going to not come our way while we're doing it.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yay!
I learned something.
I've taught both of you something today. Woohoo!
Right. I await your instruction.
Well, as I'm the sneakiest and I've got dark vision, I'm going to head down there.
What makes you think you're sneakiest?
Well, I was last time. I forget what those here. Although, as a bard, I've got lots of sneaky.
You unfortunately, bards are like got bits from everywhere. They can do everything.
Yeah.
Oh, quite
I'm going to roll a stealth anyway.
oh dear.
I'm just going to see if my stealth's any better.
So the area in front of you.
You might have got better than me, but I've still got better proficiency in stealth.
I know, it's ridiculous, that.
Can I interrupt for 2 seconds?
Okay.
The hunting trap, it just requires an action to set it.
Yeah.
Creature that steps onto the plate must succeed on a DC 13 Dex save. Will take 1d4 piercing damage and stop moving.
Mm-hmm.
Thereafter, until the creature breaks free of the trap, its movement is limited by the length of the chain. Typically 3 feet. The creature can use its action to make a DC 13 strength check, freeing itself or another creature within its reach on a success. Each failed check deals 1 piercing damage to the trapped. Okay.
Yeah, I've got visions that where it tries to open it, can't do so, and it bites back on its leg.
The trouble is, knowing that the trap's there, how are you going to know whether it walks into it or not, unless you're using its passive perception, in which case you need something to measure that against. Ergo, the need for a check to lay the trap stealthily.
That's fair.
No, to be honest, the survival roll is something I would have done as a GM as well anyway. And to be honest, with the roll you got, that's pretty well hidden.
Because you're not going to know whether or not the monster sees it, are you? It just says if a monster stands on that plate, well, that's purely up to me then, and that's a bit, that's a bit meta, isn't it? But if you have a roll to decide whether it's how well it's hidden, you can measure that against the passive perception, and without any arguments, see whether or not it
Damn.
It works. So
yeah.
Can we change the dice, please, GM?
Yeah, sure. I've got some ones I use for Simba Room here. That's a game where you have to roll low.
Perfect.
Yeah. Right, this area that you're gazing into now, you gaze into an extremely large cave, faintly lit by natural phosphorescence. Oh, you know what I mean.
Phosphorus.
No,
it's light in there.
Or phosphorence.
Phosphorence. I don't know. That's just
Phosphorence.
Yeah.
Lit by a natural glow, it says here. Its ceiling rises 50 feet high in places. Crystals glimmer softly in the eerie light. Weird, beautiful flows and structures of delicate stone grace the chamber. The western portion of the great cave is separated from the rest by a steep bluff, and the ceiling here is half the height of the rest of the chamber. A couple dozen large stone sarcophagus line the cavern walls, each carved with intricate reliefs and designs, and marked with dwarvish runes.
Dwarvish.
Wow. Mathelin speaks Dwarvish.
So this is the ledge here. As you can see,
Yep.
it drops down into a bigger cavern.
So that's about 25 feet drop.
Yeah. I don't know if it's that.
Well, you said it's 50 feet to the ceiling, and that
Yeah.
section on the west is half of that.
The western portion of the Great Cave is separated from the rest by a steep bluff. Yeah. The ceiling here is half the height.
Yeah.
So yeah. You
Okay.
Can,
I shall attempt to sneak forth into this apparent tomb.
Could I do a little sort of listen and check for traps sort of thing?
Yep.
It looks a bit dodgy.
What, you think someone will lay an animal trap in the middle of the archway?
I'm just not so keen on all these sarcophagi. Sarcophagus? Is it sarcophagi?
Sarcophagi, yes.
Well, yeah, but they've yeah.
They're dead, though.
In the
How many
book,
things
they
in
call
D&D
him.
supposed to be dead?
In the book, they call him spatulas, which I've never heard of in my life.
Steve, they're all dead, Steve.
Asshole.
You laughed because you knew exactly what I was referring to.
Yes, I did. Everything. Do you know what? The amount of shit I get sent just because it's got the name Steve in it. Like,
Yeah, I
did you know the hedge from over the hedge is called Steve?
I just decided to change it from Dave.
Sorry, do you want investigation?
Yeah, or perception. You're listening out, aren't you?
Yes.
I'll see he's doing it, and I'll do it as well.
Fucking hell.
This
That's
turn.
better.
You boys.
Bard,
still
monkey.
So no, you don't hear anything other than the trickling of the water behind you. And fainter now, the grumble of the bear in the far distance.
I'm
nothing-
going to
Nothing coming from the cavern in front of you, particularly.
I'm looking on the floor to see if there's any traps or anything, and I'm going to try and sneak forward, although that's not really good enough.
Yeah, you have a look at this part of the tunnel that you're in, and there's no troglodyte footprints at all there.
Oh.
This area that you're looking in now, I'm not sure how you judge it, but it looks particularly undisturbed.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to go there. I'm just going to sort of pull backwards, going, come on!
Well, I'm going to sit here and go, well, this could take a while to search these coffins, so Felon sits down.
Very good. So I'll add a little bit now you're further into the cavern. Draws a rune on the floor.
Oh.
Unseen servant. You can let that do the donkey work.
Oh, hell yeah.
Good
What's
sense.
unseen servant?
Let me stick it in chat for you, my friend.
It's like a 10-year-old child. You can send it to do everything for you.
This is my.
While you're reading that, go ahead, Ollie.
Strength for 2.
Oh, cool.
23
It can only go
sarcophagus.
15 foot though.
Not very strong either, is it?
Yeah, but it can only move 3 squares, and then that's it.
Yeah, but
makes sense.
just imagine if you're sat in the middle of a party, you set up camp for the night.
As a bonus, oh no, as a bonus action, it can go 15 foot, and then it can't go more than 60 foot. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Strangely, strangely unseen servants haven't had as much use since they invented the TV remote.
Oh.
Cool.
And the wife.
So, 23 sarcophagus stand here. The lids are carved in the likeness of grim dwarves in armour. Dwarvish runes on the foot of each tomb appear to represent the names of the occupants or the intended occupants. 3 of the stone coffins have additional runes carved into them.
Can I please wander over to this right hand edge and look over it?
Yeah.
I'll sort of be like this sort of area.
Yes.
When you're over there, stand behind this one.
Let me get my reveal tool out.
Oh, don't do that in front of people.
For you are about to witness one of the natural wonders of Kundakar, or whatever the place was called. It was Kundakar, wasn't it? Well, I think it's somewhere in India. I don't know.
I just got visions of you leaning over the edge of my unseen servant going, wee!
Bloody hell, doing Apaches.
So this is a massive cavern, as you can sort of see.
Oh, I can't even see the outside of it.
Ew. That's big. That's what she said.
It goes on and on.
And Gaviston. Or was it Ariston, if you remember that far
I
back?
do, yeah.
The Toshiba advert.
Can we see it that they've been lurking in there? Or
What's all the stuff on the floor of the cabin?
Well, if you let me read the doodah, you'll find out.
Yes,
Allow you to
Steve.
read.
Hold the line. Right, this area, number 24, is called the Glitterhame. This great cavern glimmers with faint phosphorus. We're going to go with phosphorus. Phosphorus. I'm going to type it in here and then you can tell me how you say it.
why don't you type into the chat and I'll tell you.
Phosphorence.
O
It's actually spelled.
P H O R E S C E N C E. Good luck with that one. I've typed it exactly by the book. And the spell checker lines come up, so I think they've made it up, to be fair, because I don't know what it says.
Phosphorocene.
Yeah, it looks like a phosphorocene.
It's a nonsense word, I put it to you.
I don't think it's a real word. Phosphorocene.
Search Google for phosphorocene.
Also, these tomb things that I've been calling sarcophagus are actually...
Sarcophagi.
No. They've got another completely stupid name that I've never heard of. I'll just write that in here. Spelchers or something like that.
Okay. Phosphocene is a type of luminescence related to fluorescence. Unlike fluorescence,
Felchers.
a phosphorescent material does not immediately re-emit the radiation it absorbs. The slower timescales of the re-emit are associated with forbidden energy state transition quantum mechanics.
Someone's food's ready.
Trying to take your medication, Mike.
This guy, phosphorescence says online, it's light emitted after exposure to some form of radiation or produced by something that doesn't produce flame or heat. E.g. the light from a glow stick.
Oh, phosphorescence, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that's
good.
phosphorocene.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
That's not phosphorance, that's something else.
I just said it was to do with...
And I don't know what sepulchres are, so I changed it to sarcophagus because that's what they actually are.
Sepulture is a small room or monument cut into rock or built of stone in which a dead person is laid or buried, which is similar to a sarcophagus, yes.
Yeah, well, these look like actual stone coffins, which would be a sarcophagus.
The difference being is that a sarcophagus could be moved. These are designed to be permanent structures.
Oh.
So it's a sarcophagus that's cemented.
Either way, you mentioned a sepulture that had extra rooms.
I did. Let me just finish reading the description for the
I
glitter
want to hear
one.
about this big cavern.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we finished. Sorry.
No, I got to that silly word and we got.
It's that silly word is pronounced glow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glor.
Glow.
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 Coffins.
Oh,
Okay. This great cavern glimmers with a faint glow.
yeah.
The ceiling is almost 50 feet overhead, and
It's black
bright flecks of gleaming stone formations are visible in the distance. Patches of strange fungi dot the floor, including capped stalks standing as tall as a human and glowing puffballs almost a yard wide. High ledges rise 15 to 20 feet above the floor on the north, south and west walls. Narrow passageways lead off to the north and south, and a flight of carved stone stairs descend from the western ledge to a path that meanders through the centre of the chamber towards a small iron door in the eastern wall. Audible throughout the entire chamber is the sight of a soft, cool breeze that rises towards the surface far above.
Audible means visual.
Yeah,
Sound, doesn't it?
yeah, it does. Yeah, audible throughout the chamber is the sigh of a soft, cool breeze.
Oh, I thought it said the sight.
I think
like,
I probably did. I probably did, to be fair. My dyslexia is kicking in tonight with these stupid words. Fun guys, Rolf Harris.
Rogar's going to lean into Durzel as he's closer to say, pointing at all the mushroom type things on the floor and say, "Well, there is a mushroom in here."
Hey,
Ho, ho.
which room has no walls?
A mushroom.
Hey.
Hey.
Mind you, we're all mushrooms, aren't we? Because we're kept in the dark and fed bullshit. I'm going to look at these 3 different coffins.
I'm going to quickly switch my oven off before food burns. I will be 1 second.
Oh, I can. You need an unseen servant, mate.
Yeah, see? Fucking slag the servant off. He would have done that for you.
So,
Then fed you bits and then bust your mouth off afterwards.
it says in this here book, the additional runes record the occupant's date of death and the great deeds the dwarf performed in life. Also carved into the 3 coffins is a warning that doom awaits anyone who dare defile the honourable dead. The names on these sarcophagus, or sepulchres, are those of Borgol the Old, Charin Orc Doom, and Numik the Unlucky.
You say that these coffins were cemented to the floor.
No, we were saying the difference between a sarcophagus and a sepulchre was the fact that the sepulchre is a permanent monument that someone's buried in, whereas a sarcophagus is in theory movable, although they're pretty heavy.
Yeah. Let's see.
Are there any already open?
No,
They're all sealed.
they're all shut.
Okay.
The lids are.
I'm going to open one that hasn't got the extra rune on for now.
Jesus.
Or try to.
Okay. With Rogar's help, you've managed to sort of do it together.
Yep.
I was going to kick one down off this ledge, but it's not going very well for me.
Was that what you were trying to do?
Yeah.
So you open the tomb of Burgol, and his remains include a ring of gold in the shape of a dragon holding its tail in its mouth, worth 120 gold pieces.
I'll pocket that as Rogar's trying to boot a sarcophagus into the thing.
I'm going to walk back over to you and say, "Stop being so greedy, bard."
In fact, I'm going to put it on. So a gold dragon ring.
Gold dragon ring, yeah, and the dragon is holding its tail in its mouth.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll.
It's worth 120 gold pieces if that matters to you.
Yeah, not really. It just looks really pretty.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
I'm going to cast Identify on it.
Was this for the ring?
The ring, yeah.
Yeah, it's not magic, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's cool.
It's a standard gold ring. Rather nice though, dwarven crafted, so the quality is certainly there.
Yeah, I like it. It fits nicely on my hand. I'm gonna start going through one of the sepulchres that has the extra rune on. I don't care. I'm in it for the gold, baby.
I'm going to head over here to these steps.
So yeah, the next sepulchre is Charin, and he was buried with a finely crafted warhammer inset with garnet, worth 110 gold pieces.
Damn. Warhammer and garnets.
Does the warhammer come with any stats?
Unfortunately not. I'll tell you what though, I might have a picture.
Can I remove the garnets from the warhammer?
Let me have a look. I'll see if there's a handout for those things, because you never know.
Because I might just take the garnets and see if Rogar wants the warhammer.
Well, only if it actually does it.
No, they're just... No, I'm afraid there aren't any handouts for those. They're just regular treasure.
Yeah.
The warhammer's got worse stats than...
No, it's just got standard warhammer stats.
D6, yeah.
But it's a nice dwarven warhammer.
Yeah. I'll stick it in my belt for now and open the third.
It is. It does say that it's worth 110 gold pieces.
You said 160.
Did I? Oh, it says 110 in the book. The ring's 120 and the warhammer's 110.
I've got a question.
Far away.
Is Maplin A strong enough to carry such a thing? And B, how much stuff after all this looting that he's done, how much room have you got left in your inventory before you become encumbered?
Yeah,
well,
You picked a lot.
I haven't actually nicked that much. How heavy is... In fact, I just need to add the warhammer now.
Warhammer is...
Weighs...
£2.
£2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm sure I can cope with that.
That's really bad. That's surprising because...
Well, I'm only carrying £50 so far, so I'm not even overburdened.
I can't understand how a hammer is lighter than my axe.
Well, it is, baby. Deal with it. And I'm going to open the third sepulchre.
I want to open one.
Ah, you went out for food. You're too
So
slow.
the third one that you open belongs to Nummick the Unlucky,
Yep.
and it is empty. He was an unlucky dwarf.
Yeah.
I'm going to dig around to make sure it is actually empty.
You can give us
Definitely empty.
You can give us an investigation if you want, but it is genuinely it's empty.
Yep, it's empty.
It's very empty, yeah.
I'm going to proceed down these steps. I'm not.
I think it's your attempt at a joke.
There's plenty more sarcophagi to search, though, Durzo.
There are, and by all means you can open each one, but the only treasure listed in the book is the treasure for those three.
I think maybe a skeleton needs to jump out on the next one.
Can I quickly have a look what is in this sort of bit here?
Yeah, so a rock pile.
Oh, is that all it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll start heading down the stairs following Rogar.
Oh, yeah, I'm down there too.
Did you say these bioluminescent things only were puffballs, so they might not be good idea to pick them?
They are puffballs. Well, it said there was puffs coming out of them, didn't it? See if I can find the bit again.
I'll stay by the
Must be
stairs.
the Pride Parade.
I said, huh?
If all the puffs are coming out.
It said, patches of strange fungi dot the floor, including capped stalks standing as tall as a human and glowing puffballs almost a wide yard. Yard wide even.
3 feet. That's quite a big puffball.
This is why you don't eat while you play. Because I just
Did you
dropped
hear
it down
about
my
that
white
Dutch
top.
chap who's going to court to change to
His
legally change his
age.
age? Yeah.
Yeah, so it can get better Tinder results.
How do you
Yeah.
get puffballs?
Because he's getting ageist.
And they've said if he
If
wins, he
people
won't be
can
able
change
to
their gender, then he wants to be able to change his age.
And they said if he wins, he won't be able to claim his pension until his new age gets there.
Can I change my
Well,
age now to 65?
But interestingly, Jamelia, I think it was on the Right Stuff a little while ago, arguing a case for if you're allowed to change your gender identity legally, you should be allowed to change your race legally.
Oh, God, it's, the world's gone bloody mental. We've got more
Both,
problems.
you're born with both of them, and if you can change your sex, why can't you change your race?
So
Because
technically,
bigger
Ollie, if we get to 59 and we want to become female, we can claim our pension 5 years early.
Yeah.
That's going to cause all sorts of issues with these people who are like, you know, in other countries where like the consent age and stuff is ridiculously low and all the stupid shit goes on. It's going to cause people over here to do stuff like that, the dodgy guys, and then go, well, at my age, set, I want to be 18.
Well, obviously, he's trying this in the Netherlands. So first he's got to go through Dutch law, and then if he loses, presumably he'll go through European law.
On a better note, though.
But we're not going to be part of Europe, are we, buddy? So
No. On a better note, well, a worse note, the worst news is that Stan Lee died.
Is age on the clock? I don't understand that. So yeah, so if you can change your race, you can change your age, and you can change your gender.
I can't believe no one even commented that Stan Lee died.
I've already posted it.
It was 95, to be fair.
Yeah, but he's done quite a good stuff.
He has done quite good stuff.
When a lot of celebrities die, people genuinely just jump on the bandwagon and be like, "Oh no, he meant the world to me." Don't get me wrong, Stan Lee don't mean the world to me, but he was done a lot of good shit.
Very eloquently put.
I'm just annoyed. There's so many problems in the world, and people are worried about whether they can change their age or their sex or whatever else.
Don't happen down in Cornwall, does it?
I posted mine over an hour ago, Steve.
No, but with
I've not been on for
with
most
things
of
going
it.
on in the world, all these problems we have, and people are worried about whether or not they can be a different age or something stupid like
I
that.
did see a thing the other day of some guy found like I think it was a yogurt pot from like 1968.
68.
Somewhat stupid. That's pretty bad.
Oh,
But the
yeah,
plastic's still fucking the sea up.
I did see that.
If you're watching this game of D&D, we've now sort of digressed into political issues and moral issues.
It's quite a conundrum because I like miniatures and I like model making, but obviously that's all plastic, and I like the sea and the animals as well. It's a bit of a moral.
You bastard, Ollie! You're killing the turtles.
It's a bit of a moral
Don't
dilemma.
throw your models in the sea. You'll be all right.
Well, I'll try not to.
You flush them down the toilet.
But you see these people with stashes of models that they're never going to make, and you think, well, they're going to die, and they'll all get sent to a charity shop and then landfill, and you know they'll be washing up on some Indian beach somewhere where a Jamaican's changed his race to Indian and he's now a 15-year-old girl, and all the fish are dying and everything.
I didn't realise you'd been to my dad's house. He's got a room that is floor to ceiling full of models that he'll never make.
All model makers have got a stash.
And I told him when he dies, it's all going to be sold, and I'm going on holiday with the profits.
Ollie,
Don't sell it, send one to me.
I'm sending my unseen servant down there
Okay.
so that if any of these puffballs are going to try and release any obnoxious shit at it, I'm not going to be around to see it.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So these puffballs, it doesn't say. Well, yeah, they're just puffballs. So I'm assuming they just mean they're like bulbous kind of stalks to the end of.
A bit of a fairy flower sort of looking thing.
Dandelions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick a couple and actually sort of just hang them from my belt, just as a way of adding extra light to myself.
Cool.
So, two things happen as you get down there.
Oh no.
The first is you hear in the distance, from roughly the direction where your trap is, you hear a kind of a yelp and a growl. It doesn't sound like a bear though. And the second thing you see is amongst all this debris and litter in this giant cavern, you notice a bit of movement. You can't see what it is, but you do notice some movement. You know, in Star Wars, that thing where they're in the waste compactor getting squashed, and there's that snake thing that goes sort of. They can see the movement, but they can't see what it is.
From where?
In the litter, there's sort of a couple of movements in the litter. One up there and one down there.
Is it large movements?
You can't really tell. It's something in the corner of your eye, yeah.
Yeah. I think I should possibly leg it back up there and at least just see what is in the trap. If everyone's alright with me just doing a little tiny sort of scout. Then report back.
Having seen and heard what we've heard, it's probably not a good idea to split up, my little friend.
There is that. There is that. But I just don't. I'm concerned that we might get sort of flanked on both sides.
I'm backing up a little bit.
I reckon at least if we go to where the sarcophagi things are, supposed to where they are, we've got a bit more of a known footing to fight on.
I would try to put my unseen servant there so that we can travel up there, and if anyone kills my servant, I feel the magic end. Is that fair enough?
I thought you could be more than 15 feet away from your servant.
No, on a bonus action you can move it 15 feet, but you can't send it more than 60 foot away or it ends.
If you command the servant to perform a task that would move it more than 60 feet away from you, the spell ends.
Well, looking in my inventory, I'm carrying a staff, so just a great big stick. So I was thinking, if we retreat up the stairs to the top of them, to form a bottleneck, I could just launch the staff, potentially launch the staff like a javelin, at one of these things and see if it runs out to attack or runs away.
I am going to go up here. Which of the sarcophagi did we open, Ollie?
I think it was the ones sort of round here is where you guys were hanging out. These three here.
I'm gonna sit in this one with my crossbow drawn, like readied.
Why are we just being such a bunch of girls about it? Why don't we just actually go in and fight whatever it is?
Bunch of girls. That's offensive to girls now.
Oh well.
Did you see the change
Right,
of
they
law?
can always become boys.
I'm ending my unseen servant, and I'm looking up here.
Okay.
I would think why we behaving like a bunch of Southern Jessies, but I'm one of them, so.
Northern monkey hangers.
Right, do you know what? I'm just going to walk up here. I don't care.
Do you remember Yorkie bars used to have "not for girls" written on them?
Yeah,
Yep.
They
Did you see that advert with a girl pretending to be a bloke?
Oh God! Let's stop digressing from the bloody game.
I probably did.
Then he gives her, and he goes, "That brings out the blue in your eyes." And she's like, "Oh, does it really?" And then he snatches it back off her. Not for girls.
You can't have that as a Yorkie bar. Oh dear.
Right, what do we know about where I am? Ollie, I'm approaching him. What can I tell?
Right. Well,
What the fuck are you doing?
I was going to say I'm walking up here to see what
Yeah, I'm going up to the trap.
Good. Run away.
We'll deal with the madman first. Hold on a minute. I've got to flipping swap my bloody pointers around and all that shit. So, as you approach where the movement is,
I'll put that here in his thing over winter.
Out pop to Grix, or Crix, or however you wanted to say it.
Grix.
Grix. I thought they'd be bigger than that. Are they not large?
No, they're not, but they're really fucking stealthy and
Yeah.
they're nasty.
What are they called?
They're Gricks.
Gricks.
How's that spelled?
So,
G-R-I-C-K.
so if you want to roll for initiative,
They have a beak of an eagle
That's
with
what I do, just
tentacles
looking at
out the
it.
side, and they look like worms.
yeah,
Oh,
I
they're
can.
very nice looking, aren't they? I've just had a Google of the images. That's
Did you?
fucked up, man.
And they got multi-attack, and yeah, they're not very nice.
They tried to sneak up, and would you believe they got advantage on stealth? And I rolled a 7 twice, 4 times. I rolled 7. Well, 3 7s and 1 4 I rolled. So I was. They should have. That's how come you ended up being able to see them.
Well, to be honest, Ollie, me and Durzo are
Oh, I know.
nowhere
you're
near
longer.
it.
Yeah, yeah. So
we're looking at the traps, so there's little enough being
Well,
involved in back
We're
combat.
150 feet away.
Well, you shouldn't have run away then, should you?
So, Mike, what did you get for your what did you get for your stealth roll? For your initiative, sorry.
Oh, I haven't. I've failed to roll initiative. Sorry, hold on. 2 seconds.
Although technically, if there's something trapped up there, we might be able to kill it still in combat.
16.
60.
We're 170 feet away. Nobody's gonna hear you scream.
Right, you're up first then.
Have they? Right. 1, 5, 10. Well, I was approached this guy over here,
Yeah.
and we're going at him, you know, headlong. Oh, I'll tell you what I should probably do first, actually, is initiate my rage frenzy.
You've vanished again.
I've not used it at all, actually, yet, I don't think.
Your token's vanished off of the sheet and you've vanished off the turn order.
Oh,
Come back!
how's that happened?
Come back, Jack.
Alright.
I bought the D&D DVD today for 20 pence in a charity shop.
What, the
The other
cartoon?
problem is, Ollie, I can't select my token anymore.
Oh.
I can't do anything with my token.
Oh,
It
what?
seems to be moving on its own.
I'm not moving it.
That was me, sir.
Don't touch, boy.
Right.
You're back in the room, man.
Alright, so. Right.
I can't believe that these two cricks both failed their stealth.
There he is!
On the plus side, there's plenty of empty sarcophagus.
Sepulchres, you mean?
So yeah, I can't say that word either. The downside is they've been whittled for dwarves as opposed to dragon. What's it?
We'll have to chop him up well.
I'm going to use Frenzy to give me my. Is it raid?
Your frenzies have run off though.
There's a difference. Rage gives you advantage on your strength checks and +2 to damage rolls. Frenzy gives you advantage on your attack rolls, but also they get advantage on you.
No, I think you're thinking of Reckless Attack. I get an advantage, but they also have an advantage. Frenzy is starting when you choose as path third level, you go into Frenzy when you rage. Oh, it's an addition to Rage. So I'm going to use Rage to give me a +2. I believe it is.
Yeah, +2 to damage, not to attack rolls.
Yeah. So, so I'm swinging my axe on it, obviously.
Okay. Great, that's a miss.
That's the miss. Was it +2 to my attack or +2 to my damage?
Damage.
Damage for rage.
Okay. However, reckless attack.
Started at second of turn, you can throw aside all concern for defense to attack with fierce desperation. When making your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on all melee attack rolls you in strength during this turn, but attack rolls against you have advantage until your next turn.
So using my frenzy, Ollie,
yep,
I could make a single melee attack as a bonus on each of my turns. So I'll make one final attack as a bonus action.
Okay.
However, it means when your rage ends. When my rage ends, I suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh, you sure you want to do that?
He's already raged.
Oh, okay.
But the rage will last how long?
Rage.
It's enough for combat. 5 minutes or something, isn't it?
Starting to go friend.
5 minutes.
It's enough to complete this combat anyway.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, that hits. That chafes.
5 damage, and it's an additional
1 minute.
The rage, so 7 damage. Yes, 7 damage.
Okay. Oh, 7 damage. Okay.
Yeah, 1 minute your rage lasts.
30 seconds each round of combat, innit? Each turn.
Yeah, you're funny.
Whoa. Okay. So, Crick numero uno is going to use his tentacles. It's a tentacle attack, and he only got 8, so he missed. The second Crick, almost like a dolphin, dives into the crystals and mushroom polyps, appears alongside of you, and does the same, and hits.
Ooh.
21, 10 slashing damage, and because he hits, he then gets to make a beak attack. So if the tentacle attack is successful, then he can make a beak attack.
So that's half to 5 because you're raging.
Yeah, so take 5 and the beak attack misses.
Okay.
He hit you with the testicles, but he missed you with the beak.
Yeah. Over to you,
I
big
can't
boy.
control my token at all.
Well, that's...
I think that's because someone else brought it out for you.
I didn't. Who did?
Nope.
Not me.
Might be set up wrong then.
Let me look on the journal. It's your bloody...
Oh, doesn't matter. I've just changed my hit points on my character sheet.
Edit. Should be controllable by all players.
I just can't. I can't select myself. It doesn't. It's not the end of the world right now.
What's your maximum hit points, Mike?
I've just changed it. I've made it back down to 35.
So your max is 35 and you're now on 30, yeah?
My max is 40. I'm currently on 35.
Try that.
Nope, I can't select it at all.
There you go.
Can anybody else move it and use it?
Yeah, I can control it.
Yeah.
I can. MacBook.
It's a Mac ting.
It's nothing to do with a MacBook. It's an iMac.
I'll tell you what, I'll drop your hit points as and when you get hit.
Isn't iMac for removing hair?
iMac, yeah.
Hey.
It's also good if you put it in Scottish shampoo.
Excellent. Just before they leave.
Oh, trust me, I've done that before.
Right, the next thing I'm going to do, because...
Why are you on it?
Would a 15-foot cone affect both of those two if I find it between?
No.
Did you take your 5 points of damage off, by the way?
Yeah, I've done that.
You did, yeah, cool. Okay.
No, it wouldn't.
Alright, well, I'll just fire at the one that I actually hit initially, and as it is my turn, isn't it?
It is your turn.
I mean, what you could do is potentially take an attack of opportunity to move there, and then you'd hit both.
If I could control where my token goes, I would agree with you and say, yeah, that's a fantastic idea.
Okay. He moves there. One attack of opportunity from that Grick.
I can't believe that you can't move your token.
Oh, I don't know why it suddenly decided to do that.
No.
I can't touch it at all.
It was working a minute ago, though, wasn't it?
It was working fine until we had that.
23 for 6 points of slashing.
Yep, so -6.
And then the beak is a miss again.
No, attack of opportunity is 1 attack only. Multi-attack does not work on attacks of opportunity.
Well, it reads, the Grick makes 1 attack with its tentacle. If that attack hits, which it did, the Grick can make 1 beak attack against the same target.
That's if it uses its action.
That's what the character sheet says.
This is a reaction.
Wait. DM ruling here. This is a silly argument.
It missed,
Okay,
so
yeah,
it's
if you
by
want
the
to play it
by.
that way, that's cool.
It missed, so it's by the by. But
Yep.
It was just a weird argument to my ears. That
we like an argument. It's not an argument. It's a emotional
Heated
debate.
discussion. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down to 23. Yeah.
Time to cone the bastards.
So yeah, you've got to make your actions now that you've.
Hey, I can move
No.
my token.
Yeah, don't move there though, because you'll.
You get
No, I'm
another.
not. I'm just testing it. I can move my token.
What changed?
fresh and put it in his home.
He grew a set of tentacles.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my cold breath for
That evening. She can have it when she's at school, though, obviously.
So it's cold breath. So it's
Come out a con save, haven't I?
yeah.
What's your spell DC?
That setup's completely
DC
wrong
11.
anyway.
Oh, they both failed anyway by looking.
That is like the worst breath thing I've ever seen.
Is it 15? Is it?
Right. So they both take 2d6 damage. They didn't succeed on 11, which they didn't.
Just tell me how much damage I'm taking off them. I don't know.
2d6. If you can roll 2d6. Well, 4d6 effectively split between two of them.
12. So 6 each.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Happy with that?
Ba, 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 ba.
I believe on my next turn I'll be exhausted.
So the one nearest you is has just become blooded.
Cool.
Is that the end of your go?
Yeah, I can't attack now. I'm out. Goes.
Okay. So this one, like a dolphin, dives back in and pops up again next to you. But what you also notice is some of the mushrooms that are around you. Some of them were at the same height as a human, if you remember. So probably up to your shoulders or something like that. With the frost breath that you've just blown, they've actually sort of crystallised and shattered. No effect or anything. It just you know.
Nice little touch.
Yeah, just a nice little touch. Yeah. Okay, so the first Grick reaches out with his tentacles and misses. The second Grick does the same and misses. Your turn.
Aha, your testicles ain't big enough.
So this bloke right in front of me, as it's back to me, I imagine by now. I'm going to hit him with my great axe. There's no modifications because I'm now exhausted, so I don't have rage or anything like that.
If you're exhausted, you get disadvantage on. Oh, that's just checks, I think. Ability checks. Yeah, carry on.
So hits on 22.
It does.
15 points of damage.
Oh, which one were you hitting?
The matey right in front of me.
This chappy here. Yeah. 15 points of damage is enough to finish him. Or her. Or her. I don't know if Gricks are asexual or what. I don't really understand.
It might want to be identified as a null or anything. You know,
it might be, was it binary neutral or something? Someone said to me the other day.
Gender fluid, something binary.
It was definitely a binary neutral or, I don't know, 0.0. I don't know.
Just piss off. You're a man or a woman?
Some freaking American teenager on the internet is talking bollocks. That's just my opinion. So yeah, that one's dead. If you can explain to us how you could.
It dies very simply. I've literally just in a sort of slightly exhausted fit of rage, as that's sort of the adrenaline's died down, swung the axe, just cleaved him in two, and sent his blood flying towards his comrade.
I don't know. It's been in this cave for 75 years, and you just killed it simply. It's been waiting for this moment its whole life, building up to this climax.
And it failed miserably.
Oh, we just had thunder outside.
Bastard.
What are you two doing, by the way? Are you just hanging out up there by that crap?
A round of combat's only 6 seconds, so we've been here for like not even 30 seconds.
You seem to be doing all right.
What I think, though, is that while you're going to have this combat, would then trigger me and Durzo taking a turn forward, finding whatever's in the trap, and we're probably going to trigger our own combat.
Quite possibly.
Okay.
Right, Ollie, over to you.
Over to me. So yeah, get rid of one of the gricks off of there. So here we goes with these tentacles again, and 12. That's a miss, I assume.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet and watch.
These are pretty hopeless gricks, aren't they? You'll go.
With blood splattered on my face, I just quickly turn around to him and make another swing.
Oh yes, that is a hit.
And 14 points of damage.
Wow.
16.
You can almost hear it scream.
You're not raging?
No, because it only lasts for, was it a minute, you said?
Yeah, which is 10 turns.
I thought it was 30 seconds a turn.
6 seconds a turn. Ollie was fucking with you.
Each turn is 6 seconds. That's why we haven't really moved, because it's only been like...
It's not made any difference, to be fair, in anything.
Yeah, alright, fine. 16 points of damage.
The only thing, what's it called, would have got... Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now you're exhausted.
We're fucking exhausted. Anyway, 8. This is shocking.
Yeah,
Did that not kill it? 16?
No.
You missed.
It's almost, it's alright. I think it'd be dead on this hit.
Oh, you know.
Oh, fuck yeah, 15.
Yeah, so bearing in mind it's been down here 75 years, how do you kill it?
The final one, I suppose I'll make an up swipe and on the axe and just lift it above my head and then finally pound it into the ground.
That's a bit more dramatic.
That's nice.
That's
it was the last one.
That's worth living in the dark for. Right, and yeah, so you are now alone in this vast, glittering, cavern.
Well, after that bloody display, I'm going to continue to do what I wanted to do and sort of turn around and pick some of these spores that are glowing and attach them to my belt so I can see.
You look dandy. And with that, we cut to our other 2 adventurers high up here.
I'll put it on mine with a reserve. Yes, we want to see what is in this trap. Oh shit, well I've moved us both, but I'm sure he was going there anyway.
I moved you, actually.
Okay, so standing in the trap, shaking furiously, or yeah, I suppose shaking is the right word, is a troglodyte, as you may have guessed already.
Would we not have heard it squeal in pain as it got impaled on the spikes?
Well, you did.
We did, that's why we came back up
That's
here.
why I went to investigate it.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Sorry.
His perception is low.
It is low. Yeah, it's squealing and thrashing around frantically, but it's well and truly clamped shut in this trap.
I'm going
to try and speak to it first. What are you doing down here?
I don't know what language they speak. Hold on, let's have a look. Troglodyte. You speak troglodyte there?
As a language, I don't speak troglodyte.
My children do.
Looking at the troglodyte character sheet, the only language listed is troglodyte.
I'm going to be storming up towards these two rather promptly after taking on those 2 worm things by myself.
He's a hero.
Seeing no reaction from it.
It growls and sort of spits in your general direction, a big chunky,
Yeah, that's enough. I'm going to give it a vicious mockery.
big chunky lump of phlegm sort of lands beside you.
How fucking fast can that dragonborn run?
Oh yes. Your words have no effect since they're not in troglodyte.
I'm gonna fire a ball.
Actually, they don't have to understand what I'm saying. They just have to be able to hear me or understand a language.
In that case, he's in so much pain that it's blocking out whatever it is you're trying to communicate, and it has no effect.
The thing is, I'm rather pissed off that I handled that last combat on my own. Can I just walk up to it and swing my axe at it?
Do we get advantage with it being in a trap, or do we not? I don't know how that works.
Why has he got that freaking... Oh, the bloody traps on top of it. That's annoying.
Mr. DM?
Hold on. There we go. That's a miss. Sorry?
Do we get advantage with it being a trap, or does that not? I don't know how traps work really.
No, he would just be
not really.
movement 0.
Right. Okay.
He's not. He's not.
He's restrained, isn't he, I suppose?
He's not incapacitated. He's just.
It's not movement 0 either.
Can I see if he's got any weapons on him?
To be fair, he's restrained, and the restrained condition does say attack rolls against it have advantage.
Is he restrained?
Yeah, well, he's
or is he
restrained in the trap.
immobile? I'd say he's more immobile, wouldn't you?
Well, no, he's caught in the trap, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's still got full movement of his arms and his other leg. He's not completely restrained. Restrained would be tied to a chair completely.
The book uses the word immobile.
Yeah.
Immobile is not a condition, though.
I'm just going to say it.
But we'll say that he's got movement 0 because he's thrashing about so much. He's a hard target.
Yeah,
so
I would say he was probably.
I'd say the advantage you would have had for him being restrained is trumped by the disadvantage from him thrashing around, so they cancel each other out and he can't move.
As Ollie's already determined that he's in the trap and he's been caught, the character breaks free of the trap. Its movement is limited by the length of the chain, typically 3 feet long. The creature can use its action to make a DC 13 strength check, freeing itself. If it fails, it deals 1 piercing damage to itself.
Thank you.
Sounds fair. Do we need to be in initiative right now?
Well, he can't move, so
I just want to go and hit it with my axe.
Well, ain't you still down at the bottom?
Well, I could have quite easily stormed up here in a rage, which is what I did.
But every turn you were fighting, we'd still be moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, Durzo and Mathin are definitely going to get first dibs on it.
And if you don't take damage within 1 turn, and it'll take you more than 1 turn to get up there, your rage ends anyway.
It doesn't matter, I'm still annoyed, I'm still following you up here.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
I'm walking up.
Okay, so can you make a Constitution saving throw?
A con
Like,
save?
you can just sing it a lovely song while it's trapped.
Oh dear. So, any creature other than a troglodyte that starts its turn within 5 feet of a troglodyte...
I didn't start my turn, I just moved in.
Well, you moved in. Within 5 feet of a troglodyte must succeed on a DC 12 con save or be poisoned until the start of...
I didn't start my turn.
Poison until the start of the creature's next turn. On a successful saving throw, the creature's immune. So you're going to be poisoned, I'm afraid.
I didn't start there!
Well, do what you're going to do, but you're going to be poisoned in a minute. Just so you know.
If he's still alive.
If it's still alive.
Right, so is it... So what condition is it? Is it restrained?
It is immobile, I think, was what we decided.
According to Player's Handbook, it's immobile bar 3 feet, which the chain gives it on the trap.
I've got one of them above my son's bed.
See, it's all right. The Player's Handbook saying it's immobile, but immobile isn't a condition, so that's you might as well just say it's pink and fluffy for all that matters.
It's either incapacitated or restrained.
Yeah. What damage does it say a trap gives offhand?
1d4 if it fails the strength save.
Oh, 1d4.
It must make a DC 13 strength check to see if it can break free. If it does not, it suffers more.
No, he's stuck in the thing anyway.
Yeah, so it took 3 when it first got trapped.
Yeah.
Has it tried to escape at all?
No, not yet.
Okay, so and what condition is it suffering from?
It took 3 when it first gets trapped.
We were going to say that it's immobile. It can't move at the moment.
It takes 1d piercing damage when it gets trapped.
Yeah, 1d4. That's what you've just done.
I just rolled it.
Yeah. Then it's just
That's it.
damage every time it fails a strength check for itself.
It hasn't done yet.
It hasn't done that yet. It's not the most intelligent creature. It's just basically standing there screaming in pain, and you guys have turned up. That's the long and short of it.
So, immobile isn't a thing in 5e, is it?
No.
It's bloody stuck. Shoot it.
No, it
Currently,
sounds like it's just strange.
speed is reduced to next to nothing.
Yeah, it sounds like it's restrained. Does that give advantage on the attack rolls then?
Well, it did, but we just went all through this, and everyone argued that it wasn't. So
Okay, cool. Rapier, stabby, stabby.
I did try to give it restraint, but you all said no, no. Yeah, go on and stab it. Yeah, hit. Oh, 11. You killed it. There you go. Boom.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why you got +3, +2, +1?
+3 from Dex. Where's +2? +2 is proficiency. +1 being a rapier. +1 magic weapon.
Oh, yeah, you did get one, didn't you?
What the fuck?
So he is gone. Oh, fucking keep pressing the wrong bloody button.
What's the Trog's
I'm gonna move back to my party and go. He weren't so tough. Am I not poisoned now?
Slumped body of a troglodyte laying in this trap. The trap obviously is now null and void, unless you want to reset it.
Well, I'll recover it.
He didn't speak common,
No.
and whatever he spoke, I don't understand it, and I speak a lot of languages.
Yeah, I'll recover the trap. I'll just head up there and recover it.
Yeah, I speak 5 languages, and troglodyte was not one of them.
Right, are you going to give us a Constitution saving throw then?
What?
Because this troglodyte stinks.
Oh, right.
He can't poison you when he's dead.
Well, it's the smell. The smells work either way, don't they? Surely.
Probably smells a bit worse when he's dead.
Yeah, I'm going to say. Let me copy and paste it here. Look.
I know what a trog does.
I don't.
Yeah, I'll do it if it work. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it says on the character sheet. Doesn't say it has to be alive.
It's an ability, though, isn't it?
What? Smelling?
Stench.
No, it's just a. It's a.
If it is, I've got that ability naturally.
Yeah.
Although technically he's not actually started his turn yet. But if he stops there to try and remove the trap and he doesn't move away.
Well, yeah, but you don't have turns, do you? Unless you're in initiative. We're not in initiative because he's not fighting
Except for
anything.
you.
What I would make, Ollie, is that I had to make a con save or be poisoned until the start of the creature's next turn. Well, if the creature's dead, it can't have a next turn.
I think you need to find out if you've been poisoned or not.
Well,
Yeah.
he only rolled a 9. And
The effect of that poison would be infinite because that creature no longer has a next turn.
but what's the first level of exhaustion give?
Disadvantage on ability checks.
Which a con save is an ability check, isn't it?
It is.
Is it?
There you go. There's a paradox for everybody. That's got to be worth a post on the various.
Weird, because you are within 5 foot of the troglodyte.
You are, and
It's not going to have a new.
and he definitely still smells, even though it's dead.
That's.
But it doesn't have another turn, therefore I can't be poisoned by it because the rule states it needs to have a next turn for me to have the length of time to be poisoned.
Well, even if it's dead, it can have another turn, but it can't do another turn. So you're poisoned for 6 seconds.
You're poisoned for the rest of your adventuring days.
Yeah.
How can it have another turn if that's just pulling rules out your ass?
It has a turn, it's dead, it misses its turn. There you go.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'll give up with this. It's fucking getting stupid.
Well,
I don't have a clue what is going on.
what we're okay. It does seem to be a bit of a hole in the rules for this particular situation, so we'll say that you're fine, but it does stink quite. It stinks enough for you to know not to go near one that's alive. How's that? Hello? Hello?
I think he's gone to get a nose plug.
Has he got upset? Has he? That sounds fair enough, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So we're done.
Agreed that the wording says when you start your turn there.
That does say that, yeah.
But however, if you're going to go towards it and then try and get it out of a trap to reset it, then I'm willing to bet that you're going to get a good whiff of troglodyte feces.
He hasn't run off in a huff, has he?
Maybe. At which point, I'm going to take a quick 5 minutes to have a tinkle.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll give it a 5 minute thing break. Let me pause the old ad.
Let's do it.
Yep, we're back on air. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're carrying on. So, yeah, there you go. Right, so I'll move you back just a fraction. So there's a dead. The situation is this: there's a body of a dead troglodyte stuck in this trap. If you decide, like having had a quick look at it and smelling it and reeling back from the stench, you're not poisoned, but you know that if you go to work on it to take the body out of the trap and move the body and reset the trap, then you are going to be worse for wear. So that's the compromise we've kind of reached in view of these hole in the rules that we've discovered. So over to you guys, how you want to proceed.
I'm going to try and allow Rogar to do what he needs to do and cast prestidigitation on the troglodyte, and creating an odour of gently charred meat.
I'm assuming that you're in the hope that it masks the stench. Is that what you're getting at?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And being magical, I'm sure its odour is slightly more powerful.
I don't know what you need to do to recover a trap, to be honest. It doesn't say in the book here.
Well, I'll tell you what, because that's very imaginative and everything else, and I think I think that would be acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll recover the trap then.
Yeah, so if you want to reset it, what do you want to do with this body? You're just going to leave it next to it somewhere, or?
I'd like to dump it in the stream there and let it go wherever the stream takes it.
What about you, Rogar? You're the one who's hands-on.
How far can you move a body when you're dragging it?
Half your movement.
Yeah, we're not in combat, so it don't matter too much.
All right.
Yeah, no, you can take the body that he wants. I just want to get the trap back so we can use it later on if we need to.
So is the plan to generally go back to the sort of eastern, or there seems to be two passages down that big cabin we were in?
While we're here, I think we should deal with this area.
What do you want to do with this body anyway? Have you decided?
I ain't doing nothing with it. I'm small.
Let's feed it to the sturges up here.
What's a sturge? Oh, is that the big birdmen pterodactyl things?
Go and have a look.
I ain't going there.
Problem is that these sturges suffer around, was it 5 points of poison damage or whatever it was, if they come near it.
They're a nasty looking bastard.
Exactly.
Fuck that. I'm alright, I'm going east. Fuck that shit, I'm out. I'm going over here.
Yeah, we're going to try and looking at where the stream goes, Ollie.
Yeah.
Is it big enough for a body to go through?
Yeah.
Yeah, chuck it in the river.
Are you happy with that, Rogar?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so you managed to lug the body into the stream, and just as you predict, the fast-moving current quite easily pulls it away down, and it disappears under a low sort of archway in the rock. Durzo, as you get to here, I did roll it. I did roll it earlier. There is you get a smell that you find strangely familiar. It's not a very pleasant smell. Let me hold on. It's a fucking pain to move things between layers on this game, isn't it? There is another second troglodyte is just hiding back here. He would have jumped you, but there were 3 of you, and he was a bit anxious about his friend and thrashing about in there. But anyway, he's appeared, and he takes a swipe at you, I'm afraid.
Motherfucker.
Oh yeah. So this is a surprise attack.
Advantage.
So he makes 3 attacks, 1 with his bite and 2 with his claws. So here's the bite.
Ouch.
Ouchies.
And the first claw, miss, and the second claw.
Fuck you.
Crit.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. Nice.
Okay, and so now we are in initiative. Roll for initiative.
Boom.
Turn. Eight. That's a bit rubbish.
Oh, look at Rugar.
So you're not so far away.
That's just one movement, isn't it? 5, 10, 15, 20. It's like 25 foot.
Come step next to me and use your cone attack on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, Mathlin's up first.
No one.
Rogar's up first.
Oh, sorry. Let me put it in descending order, then it might make. Oh yeah. Oh wow. I didn't even see that. Yeah, go Rogar.
That's a good roll. That.
Nat 20.
20. Oh yeah, I can get up to it as well. Oh, 30 foot movement as well. Right?
30 foot movement.
Pretty simple. As always.
Kill it in 1 hit before it poisons me.
Smash that mama. Yeah, you rattled his. Oh, why is this flipping? Come on, bring the bubbles up. There we go. -8. That shook his foundations. Mathlin.
I'm actually going to brave it, step in, and stabby, stab, stab, stab.
Do 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 do.
No raping allowed.
13.
13. I think that's a hit. It is a hit. Yep. 10.
10.
He's gone. How does he die?
Okay, so this great axe sort of cleaves just past his ear, down his jawline. And as he launches back from the pain, it exposes his jugular, and I stick the rapier straight through the side of his neck, coming out the other side in a spurt of blood as the body just hits the deck.
Oh, what colour blood are we thinking troglodytes have?
Green.
Green blood spews all up the cave walls and all over the floor. It's a proper mess.
And I look at Durzo and go, "You're welcome," as I pull it out.
Very good. He's gone. He's dispatched, and once again, as far
And
as
I
you know,
move an extra 5 feet just to not be near the smell because it stinks.
yeah. As far as you know, he's dead.
I'm going to move away from that as well.
Smells like flowers.
Oh, everything is good. Steak night.
I am going to. I'm not.
No, you're not.
Psst, Durzo, it stinks. Where's Steve gone?
I don't know. Has he vanished off the thing?
Both.
They're both gone. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's cut. Yeah, no, he's cut out of Roll20 as well, hasn't he? Must have had a internet blip.
Fucking northern monkeys always have worse internet than us.
Well, look, that's a safe square, so we can go there.
The rations give any health back or not?
Only if you're eating them on a short rest or a long rest.
Oh, is it? Okay. So I'm obviously low on health. So
All your rations happen to contain a healing potion of healing.
Was that sorry?
or unless your rations happen to contain a potion of healing.
No, my explorer's pack does not contain.
Both of you have taken a bit of a kick, haven't you?
Yeah.
I've been reduced to nearly half health, so nice and sitting back.
Yeah, I could. Okay, I'm going to. At Durzo.
Ooh, 8.
Nice.
I'll add that on for him.
And at Rogar. Oh, double 4.
Oh, look at that.
Thank you very much.
That's nice and even as well, isn't it? That's nice.
Oh. And they were rolls as well. It's not like they're just flat hit healing. D4 plus 4 both times and rolled a 4.
So I'm going to head over here to where Durzo is and once again try.
Oh, I've got no message from Steve on the old interweb either. That's weird. Okay, yeah, perception. So
Sniffing the air for that bear.
Oh, sniffing the air for the bear?
Yeah.
Well, from where you're standing, in actuality, that's a good word, isn't it? You can see into this area cave, and you can see the bear behind a wooden gate.
So we're starting to feel slightly safer about it then.
And he's just pacing up and down. He looks like one of those bears you see on the telly in Russian zoos that don't have, whose enclosure isn't quite big enough.
If I stood there, I'd be able to tell that he's not a threat to us.
Well, he's a big bear. It says a sturdy timber gate latched on the outside, so on your side. Seals a smaller cave to the east. Yeah, so
Could I maybe use animal handling to see if I could coax it towards the bars and try and make friends with it?
yeah, I think animal handling is the way forward. You know, when you meet a dog that you're not familiar with, it's
Yeah,
not.
you kind of like try and approach
it. It's not just about to jump on you, but at the same time, something in your head is telling you not to get too close to it.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and call it through the bars and just see. Is that enough, maybe?
There is a DC attached to the brown bear, and that's not enough, I'm afraid.
Okay. So he's not quite happy enough for me.
Not quite. He's still baring his teeth a little bit at you.
Yeah.
What's he bloody written on here now?
That is a bit colossal.
Jesus Christ. I'll detect thoughts. Certain creatures. Creature of intelligence of 3 or lower. Let me have a look at his character sheet. Brown bear. Intelligence. Oh yes, he has an intelligence of 2.
Okay, so this is unaffected by my spell. Fuck. Okay, so I'm going to try and do exactly the same as he done and gone.
Hold on, before you do that, I've got another idea.
Hello, Mr. Bear.
I took into my bag, from when we killed those direwolves, I took some dog meat. Would that make any difference to trying to coax this thing to be our friend by feeding it the dog meat?
It makes a considerable difference if you want to feed it and then do an animal handling check.
Okay, can I just hang that dog meat through the bars?
Yep.
And then I'll do my animal handling again.
Yep.
Hopefully it'll be a better result.
Yeah, so this bear now considers you a friend.
Hooray! Can I open the door?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I'll read out the little thingy, Bob. It's not fluff text as such, but it adds a bit to the story. So it says a sturdy timber gate latched on the outside seals a smaller cave to the east. The bear attacks any non-troglodyte that opens the cage door, then tries to escape through a tunnel. The animal isn't trained, but has come to expect food from troglodytes. Hello, mate. It's hostile towards strangers, but if someone proficient in animal handling is able to calm it down with a DC 15 wisdom check, the check succeeds if no troglodytes remain nearby. The characters can release it safely and let it depart. So based on the fact they've trained it to come for food, you're now friends with it. So it's a bear that the troglodytes keep. There's a little tunnel. They don't really show it on this map properly, but there's a little tunnel to the outside world, which the troglodytes go in and out of. It's the original orc tunnel that the orcs used to come and attack. The orcs plugged it back up, but over the years troglodytes have made their way in, and they use that tunnel now to go out hunting with this big bear that they've trained up, and that's the bear.
So will it follow us around as a bait, or are you going to run away?
The book says it runs away. Well, you can release it to safely, and you can release it safely, and it can depart. I mean, if you want to try and persuade it to join you as a friend, you probably need to do a bit more work.
I'm going to very gently, because obviously it's fed, it's not attacked us. I'm going to try and sort of rub it behind the ear like you would a dog. And then rub it under the jaw, hoping it don't attack me. And I've got bits of meat on me anyway.
Yeah, well, it seems to like it. It's certainly not attacking you, but it's, you know, it's the first time it's met any of you. It's quite cautious, and
that's fine. And I'm going to.
You might be better off presenting it in the meat rather than having it upon your person.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Oh no, I'm going to give it the meat. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to stroke it behind the ears and under the jaw, give it the meat, and just show it that we mean it no harm. And if he wants to back off because he's scared, I'll back off as well. But I'm going to talk to it nicely and say, look, we mean you no harm.
It certainly seems fairly calm at the moment. It's happy enough at the moment in your company. I think this is supposed to be the orc entrance, or the. But
Well, I'm gonna do as you suggested. I'm gonna sort of motion. I'm gonna stand away from the gate, sort of motion that it can flee, and I'll roll for persuasion with some more dog meat in my hand. See if perhaps it will follow us. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I was trying to persuade it to be we're friends.
I don't think it'll be enough with it, not even with meat. So
it makes its way out of the cave anyway, and it's just here, and it's sort of looking around. It's been in captivity for so long, it doesn't really know what it's doing.
Yeah, he's gonna run.
But with those rolls, the only thing it really knows is where this cave entrance is, and off he goes. I'm afraid.
Okay, I'm going to have a look in the bear cave itself. It's effectively a weapon for the troglodytes, and I'm going to try and, oh, for fuck's sake.
You find lots of shit.
Yeah, bones and turds is all that's in there.
I chuck them at Rogar.
I'm hiding around the corner, so you're alright. You're going to miss.
So area 21.
Yeah, you know I'm coming.
So the area that Rogar and Durzo are standing in says several passages branch away from this large, high-ceilinged cavern. To the north, the carved square-mouthed tunnel shows someone has been at work in these caves. A gate of rough-hewn timber locks a small passage to the northeast. 3 other passages wind off towards the south. A heavy animal smell lingers in the air, but you know what that was, and you've set it free.
I'm gonna set off cautiously down here.
Oh, okay. Let me get my doodah out.
Mine's has been a bit.
Have we been up here? There were sturges up here, weren't there?
No, that was where the troglodytes were originally hiding.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the sturges were in the big cavern here. Oh, flipping pointer. Yeah, that's it. They were by that body, and they were in this big cavern. The two troglodytes were hiding there originally. One came out and fell in the trap, and then the other waited round the corner and jumped you when you came in.
Can I see this body in the? I presume that's fungusy stuff.
Yeah, this is called quite creatively. It's called the Fungus Cavern. A trickle of water. I can't see any water on the map, but anyway. A trickle of water seeping down from the hillside above reaches this irregular cavern. nourishing a profusion of fungus, weird puffballs, tall caps, and patches of fuzzy mould in a variety of colours. A golden brown carpet of mould covers an old skeleton in rusted mail in the southern part of the room, and a narrow passageway leads to another small room beyond this one. A surprisingly bright sword gleams in the skeleton's bony grasp.
I'm a go for it.
Lightning.
That was my attempt at a stream.
Oh, right, okay,
No.
yeah, cool.
I'm gonna go for this glistening sword, being a roguish sort of thiefy dude.
Okay, you're going straight for it, are you?
Yeah, he's just gonna realise that the other two aren't within sight and be like, yes, thinking it's like all mine.
Okay. So, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, I'm afraid.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know where the sword is, down here somewhere, I guess, in the room anyway.
Meow.
I've got to open my sheet again because the rolls restarted.
I'm afraid this con save is a DC 15.
Fucking hell, man.
Hello.
Lucky
Ooh.
boy. Okay.
Lucky sausage.
That
Go away, Muffin. This is mine.
was nasty as well, that was. So if you'd have failed that, you'd have taken 3d6 poison damage.
Fuck.
And then after a minute, it would wear off. But after that minute, you'd have had to take 5d6 poison damage as it wore off. Which is almost a killer, really. But anyway, so the dwarf skeleton clutches a +1 longsword that bears Durgdin's Smith mark. The human skeleton wears a steel helmet cased with silver worth 110 gold pieces.
Sweet.
Let me try and find the sword for you. Weapons. Oh.
There's a long-sworded two-handed thing. What is it?
A longsword is a two-handed sword, yeah.
You have bonus to attack and damage rolls with this magic weapon. The bonus to
Sword's one-handed. But can be wore two-handed.
Longswords are two-handed normally. I don't know what they are in this game, but a longsword has got two handles.
It's a D8. It's a D8 damage one-handed, but it's versatile, so you can do D10 with two, I think.
What is it? A +1? Did you say?
Yeah.
+1, yeah.
Oh, cool.
In the real world, a longsword is basically like the blade's slightly longer than a normal sword, and it's got a double handle. You can use it one-handed or two-handed, which is probably why it's versatile. A bastard sword is a hand.
Isn't that a bastard sword? Sword and a half.
No, that's a hand and a half sword. Yeah, bastard sword is a full hand and then a half hand at the bottom, so you can do it.
Yeah. So effectively, a longsword's like a claymore, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, it's a bit vague to be honest. There's so many different versions of it. They go from everything to huge claymores down to sort of what are they called? Normal swords that have just got a longer handle.
What was the helmet again? Sorry.
110.
The helmet, yeah, was a helmet. The human skeleton wears a steel helmet cased with silver, worth 110 gold pieces.
Is it not any sort of extra armor, just worth $1?
What more do you want? You just got a bloody +1 longsword, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, a longsword,
Fucking
unfortunately, for strength,
Jesus
and I have got a 6 for strength.
Yeah, I'm afraid it's a steel helmet cased with silver, worth 110 gold pieces.
Are you okay if I just literally had the 110?
Well,
And I sell it at first opportunity, sort of thing.
yeah.
Just so I can add it to my sheet.
I think I know someone who might want that long sword.
The long sword is one or two-handed,
Mm-hmm.
and as Dougie said, it's 1d8 slashing or versatile 1d10.
+1.
+1, yeah. So you get +1 on your roll to hit and +1 on the damage.
So what's your great axe, Rogar?
1d12 slashing.
So would you rather a D12 or a D10 +1?
D12, thanks.
Are you sure?
Well, the lowest thing you can roll on a D12 is 1. The lowest thing you can roll on a D10 +1 is 2. That's really the only difference, isn't it?
Over the longer time, D10 plus 1 will do better than a flat D12.
Yeah, you can go into all the bell curves if you really want, but
Yeah, I'm quite happy because I don't have any mucking around to do. I can just stick to that. And the worst I'll do is 1. The best I'll do is 12.
cool.
I understand that the worst I could do, the other one is a 2. The best one is 12.
Effectively, every roll is going to be plus 1 better.
Well, it's minor detail on the scale
Yeah.
of things.
I'll stick to my rapier plus 1, thank you.
I-
Dex knows though. I've got a rapier.
Okie dokie.
I am on rapier 2.
Yeah, that poison room is really nasty. That's a potential
What?
potential killer there.
Yeah.
How'd you get rapier plus 2?
What? I said I'm on a rapier 2, as in I have a rapier.
Oh, I thought you said the rapier plus 2. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, I'm pretty sure that poison would have told me.
Yeah. Well, the average damage would have been 27.
Yeah.
Well, I'm coming down there and having a gander down.
8d6 damage it would have been.
Fucking hell. 8d6.
Yeah. Let me reveal that area.
If on my rolls it would have given me 30, and I've got exactly 31 hit points.
Yeah. Nasty.
Hey, Rogar!
I wonder what happens when you die. If you're poisoned and you become unconscious, do you still have disadvantage on your death saves?
No.
Because they're checks, aren't they?
No. No, they're not. They're not ability checks. They are a basic save that is not influenced by anything else.
Ability not to die. I suppose they're unmodified as well, aren't they?
Exactly. Rogar! I think we
you're on.
found this place you were fighting earlier on. Another way in.
Fantastic.
Come on then. Who's taking up the rear now, slow coach?
Who takes what over the rear?
A slow cook, apparently.
The Dragonborn.
I'm sort of dragon-esque.
What are you doing, Rogar? Are you coming down this? Are you stuck or you?
Yeah, so I was just reading a bit on episodes. Is it? Yeah. Okay.
He's looking at mechanics of longsword plus 1 or greatsword.
You're not researching bloody bell curves, are you?
Actually, great axe is better than is not as good as great sword. 2d6 is better than 1d12.
Where are we? Oh, let's just get down there.
Yeah.
How do you work out 2d6 is better than 1d12?
Both for a maximum of 12, but the lowest 2d6 will give you is 2.
Yeah. It rolls an average of 7 as well, I think. More frequently or something. I can't remember now.
That is like such a petty thing. It's just purely flavour, really, for the sake of 1.
On a one shot, yes, it's minor and trivial, but over a campaign,
oh yeah,
especially if you're playing like a long-term campaign, so you're looking like a year plus worth of gaming, it's a huge difference.
I'm going to just scroll on in here. I know I'm perfectly safe because I know that when I killed them, there was nothing else.
Yeah, there's two.
I'm bimbling into
2 giant bodies of Gricks. Well, not giant because they're not giant, but
yeah. Well, I remember the stairs before that I got my unseen servant to look at, so I'm heading straight there.
Right.
In an attempt to scare him, I'm going to quickly turn to Durzo and say, "Quick, run back! There's more of them!"
I'm going to sense that this is a bit of a joke and join in with it like, fuck!
Chicken shits, what else is going on? And I'll carry on.
I want to
So what do I see at the top of the stairs, Ollie?
So you're looking down. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, so you can more or less see down into that cavern there. So this is called the Long Cavern. You're standing at the top of the stairs looking into it. In actual fact, you're at the bottom of the stairs. The stairs go up.
You see a troglodyte body float down this stream.
Yeah, there's a tribe of troglodytes dead ahead. So you're standing at the bottom of the flight of stairs looking up.
Okay, I'm going to sneak up.
You'll need to go to the top of the stairs before I read out the blurb.
I'm going to sneak up.
No,
I'm not very sneaky.
You don't sneak anywhere.
I think I do.
You bumble noisily against cavern walls.
I still think that I'm the most fucking stealthy thing in the world. Thank you.
So, right, it's called the Long Cavern. The thunderous roar of falling water fills this long, low chamber. And
go masks my steps.
And spray makes everything slick and wet. A fast-moving stream rushes through the centre of the cavern, emerging from beneath a crude dam of rocks and mud in the western wall. That's wrong.
That's got to be an acrobatics check as he fails to, as he stumbles up and down the stairs. He's got to do an acrobatics check, surely.
Emerging, in the western wall, scene disappears into a dark shaft at the cavern's eastern end. A rough-hewn, winding path follows the stream towards the east. So that's that end.
Ooh.
And that's that end. So this stream is moving from east to west very quickly.
Are you sure?
East to west? I would have thought west to east.
West to east, because that looks like a waterfall going downwards in the east.
Exactly, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I meant. West to east.
Oh. You crazy man. I'm going to
getting late.
push the Rogar that we'll have a quick look on this sort of eastern cave quickly. No, this way.
Yeah, there's more over here. Is this, Ollie, is this area here, is that an up? Is that like a layer above us or is that below us?
Yeah, that's a layer above.
So would you rather an
acrobatics
to get up there and have a little look, see what's up there?
Well, it's low enough. So it's probably about 8 to 10 foot tall. So you could probably help each other up there without any check, or individually you'd have to give me a check.
Yeah.
It looks about the same as the other one, which was about a 25-foot.
Yeah.
Up. So in that case, I could put Durza on my shoulders and he could just step up onto it.
Yeah, you could. I was going to say you could toss him up there, but
well, I'm 6'4", so he could just stand.
Toss him up.
Yeah, you could toss him up there.
Oh, you said up.
So,
Douglas,
you are standing in the Crick Lair. A rocky ledge sits at the top of a steep, irregular rock fall about 20 feet high. Oh, there you go. He was right. Look. The mouth of the side of the cavern leads into darkness beyond. The two cricks have already been dispatched by Rogar. But you can give us an investigation check if you want to search it.
Yeah, let's having a look. Oh, Grick.
Crick.
Investigation. Oh.
Yeah, you can.
You're in a cave.
You're in a cave. It's dark. So there you go. Unlucky.
Durzo, you're in a cave.
Can I search the other bit to the top left?
Is Rogar coming up as well?
Not if it's 20 foot up.
Well, he climbed up there all right, so I'm sure you can manage to climb up there.
Well, like I said, the idea was that he was on my shoulders and had a bit of a leg up. But...
Okay, well, in that case, you can give us one more check, I suppose, and that'd be it. You can't spam investigations till you get a good one.
I bloody can't. I'm camping here. Wait!
Oh,
fuck me!
Look at that.
What are the chances?
Well, there you go. That's either end of a bell curve. Okay, so
some roundabouts.
Having rubbed your eyes and gotten used to the dark, we'll say, because obviously you come from this brighter area down here. So now your reptilian
My
eyes
darkness just kicked in.
have adjusted to the dark. The Gricks have discarded discarded the inedible portions of their victims in the back of their cave. Rooting through the grisly remains uncovers a suit of scale mail and scattered coins, totaling 200 copper pieces, 180 silver pieces, and 60 gold pieces. So you got a suit of scale mail, and then coins. I'll write the coins down. 200 CP, 180 SP, and 60 GP. There we go. Oh, tart. And a suit of scale mail.
Sorry, Ali.
I don't know.
Well, I know Dragonborn aren't really into armour.
I'm not a Dragonborn.
I know you're not.
Don't know if a regular suit of mail would fit a Dragonborn.
I'm not a bloody Dragonborn!
It might have probably come off of a dwarf.
You've got your own scale mail, haven't you?
If it came off a dwarf,
What's
that's fine. I'm only a
Krug
little
wearing?
kobold.
I think he's a barbarian, so probably not a lot.
Yeah, he's
I
wearing...
kind of would like the AC, but I don't like the disadvantage as I'm built as
Since
stealthy.
Krug's not here, I'm going to say he's wearing nipple tassels.
Yeah. Alphilis is gone. That was Craig, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's completely gone now. Lee is a... What the fuck is Lee?
I think he was a monk, was he? Yeah, he's a monk.
His character sheet's just default at the moment. So no one's going to benefit from
his
that.
character's right at the bottom of the journal because he imported one.
Oh, right, okay.
Same with Steve.
It's gold if we sell it.
Cool. I'll head back down then to Rogar and let him know what I found. And I'll split the coin.
Sounds good.
Are we splitting with Krug as well, or are we adding Lee as well? What's going on?
Well, Krug's off adventuring, we said at the beginning of this one, so we'll split it between us three for now.
3 ways. Fantastic.
What sort of armour did you say it was, sorry, Ollie?
Scale mail.
Scale mail if you want it, my friend.
So 200 copper is 20 silver, which is 2 gold.
It's worth it.
180 silvers, another 18 plus 2 is 20 gold. So we've got 80 gold.
Got 80 gold each.
No, 80 gold total from that loot.
Yeah.
So 80 over 3, 26 gold, 6 silver, 6 copper each.
Mike, you don't want the scale mail, do you? You're welcome to if you want it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm trying to work out a minute. I could wear it. It is less than what I'm wearing anyway.
Would that give you more armor than your barbarian unarmored defense?
We're not wearing any armor. Your armor class is 10 plus dex plus constitution. So 10 dex, 12. No. It's still, either way, it's still less than what I'm currently wearing, so I'm better off what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
What have you got?
Half plate.
Alright, cool. We'll sell it when we get back to somewhere.
Yeah, it's and also the fact it's probably come off a dwarf is not really going to fit me.
I think I could get away with it being a small kobold, but I've got a tail and such. I like the AC bonus is great, but it puts me at disadvantage for stealth, and I've built this guy for stealth.
Yeah, it does. But
At least you haven't got a big glowing great axe in your hand.
Well, exactly.
Can we quickly see what's on this very eastern
Well, I was
wall?
going to say, I'm going to head down that way anyway and see what's down there.
Just before we go to the way that looks like it's where we're supposed to go, if you will.
Yes.
Oh,
No.
maybe not.
27. Let me read. Iron door. The entrance to Dirgedin's halls and forges lies behind this sturdy door. Cut into the cavern walls is a small but strong-looking door of iron plates, about 5 foot tall and 4 foot wide. Heavy rivets stud its surface, and tarnished silver rune, Dirgedin's smith mark, gleams on the door's rusted surface.
So can I tell if is there a lock or something like that that we would need to activate to open this door?
It is locked. I'm just reading it. Hold on. Yeah, so it's locked basically.
There's nothing obvious.
Can I try and pick the lock with my lockpick thing?
Yes, you can. Do you have thieves' tools?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it's a dexterity DC 18 dex check.
Wow.
These are quite good locksmiths. These dwarves.
Do I just click the word dexterity to do that?
Yeah.
Calls into friends.
Ha.
And
No,
leave.
I would just say.
So no, your lockpick snaps in the lock and you fail to open it.
Motherfucker!
Call of Duty.
You can try and force it open, but that's a DC 25 strength check.
We might as well give it one go while we're here.
I'll hit that. I'll hit that.
You hit that, and I'll give you the. I was going to say I'll be assisting, so get like an advantage jobby. You can't even roll a fucking 25, can we?
I wouldn't have thought so.
So did you say that's the forge behind there? Yeah.
Certainly looks that way. It's a large dwarven door with Dirgedin's runes carved all over it, gleaming on the door's rusted surface.
We need to find Durden and his key. I reckon this is the point where we'd go and report and what we found to him. Is it Mathelin or Mathelin?
Mathelin.
Mathelin.
So you
could be that area there has something that we might need.
So there's a keyhole. You can pick the lock, but it's a DC 18 dex check, and you must have thieves' tools.
I did have these tools.
Or you can bust the door open, but that's a DC 25 strength check.
Have you just exhausted your thieves' tools?
Well, I think I only get one set. I think.
Well, when I said they broke in the lock, I mean, you know, you've still got your thieves' tools, sort of thing.
I mean, I've got some spells.
Do you have Alohomora?
In a way, yeah. Alohomora.
What's that?
Shatter.
You're right over here at the minute, but
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying for curse for.
The book is indicating the only way in is with a key, picking the lock or breaking it down.
Oops.
Yeah. So that's the spell card.
Yeah, I can't make a con save on a door.
What's your dexterity there?
A non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried takes the damage. So the door would just simply take the damage.
Okay, let me have a read in it anyway.
I'm not saying I would, because while they were doing that, I would have a quick look up here, very gingerly.
Gingers have souls.
Gingers have souls.
So the door doesn't have any HP either, which is weird.
I think it's intended that we find a key for this. To be honest,
it doesn't list an AC or any HP. It simply says DC 25 strength check or DC 18 dex check with thieves' tools. So this cave that you're in, Mathelin, you've got this water rushing down, flowing down this waterfall at the end, and then there's down here, and there's a spiral staircase.
Doing that way. So literally what I'm looking at is a quick look up there, quick look up there.
Okay.
I'm taking my time because I know it's slippery underfoot.
So looking up here, you can just see sort of where the water comes from. Kind of accumulates in a large, comes from like a bit of a lake, I suppose, a bit further up. There's nothing in that area directly north. That's just a little crease in the cave.
Yeah, so very cautiously then, I'm going to be using the wall for support, making my way down to the stairs, and then while they're still looking at the door, probably at this point here, I'm going to sit down and wait for them to come.
Okay.
And in fact, I'd probably cast light just here that would dispel Rogar's light, but then they would now be seeing light coming from.
Yeah, Rogar's got light from the Glitterhame, yeah.
Yeah, so he can't see it from his sword anymore. But all of a sudden there's now bright light coming from there.
So as you walked along that wall, could you give us a dex check? Acrobatics check, sorry.
Okay.
Lovely, yeah. So you managed to get along there quite easily. It is slippery, but it's not an issue for you.
Yeah, I took my time as well.
Yeah. So what are you two doing up there?
We'd be
make our way back over here.
Okay. So
we'd
you're
be going back towards Mathelin to sort of report about this door and let him know what's going on.
So if you can both make a dex check as you go along that surface towards him, please. Acrobatics, beg your pardon.
Fucking hell, man.
As bad as that.
No. So you both, I'm afraid, fall prone and slide towards the stream.
What are you guys playing at?
As you fall in, I need you to make a strength saving throw. So you're both fallen over, you both slid into the stream, plop and plop. It's moving fast.
I'd like to say before I roll this, I have a large minus.
Rogar manages to grab hold of the side, and
I'll grab hold of Rogar.
yeah, you both, by some pure fluke, you both manage to grab the sides and pull yourselves out again. And sopping wet and a little bit shaken, you manage to make your way up to Mathelin. That last check was a DC 10 strength check. If you'd have failed it, you'd have fallen down the waterfall, as you might have guessed.
Well, I did.
I presume that would be
Float some
quite
rope to
painful.
try and save them, Ollie.
Yeah.
Is it quite a big opening, or would it have been enough that I would have sort of plugged the hole?
No, you would have fallen down there, yeah. 3d6 bludgeoning damage and suffering a level of exhaustion.
No, I don't want one of those.
Another one?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
He's already got one. In
Yes.
fact, hasn't he got disadvantage on his checks?
Was he? No, he didn't get exhausted, does he?
He
No,
went
I
into rage.
No, I am exhausted, actually.
Oh.
I'll make that check again. Which one was it? Strength or acrobatics? Or both?
Strength save because you Oh, you already failed the acrobatics.
Oh, no, yeah, look.
Yeah.
But not only did he just pass the strength save, he smashed it.
That would have been enough to break the door open.
It would have been, really, wouldn't it? In fact, of all the strength throws I've made, that has got to be by far the best.
Yes. So, anyway, the dice gods have decided that you're not going down the waterfall today. Well, not unwillingly, anyway. And you're both...
And some rope landed by you anyway.
You're both with
Thank you for the
Mashley
rope.
at the minute. At the top of these windy stairs.
Yeah. So Mathellan pulls his rope back, sticks it into his backpack, and goes, "Gentlemen, I think the way is down."
Okay.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Bear with me a sec while so we'll be looking at sort of the top-ish left, and I'll just reveal what part of the screen. So, oh, fuck's sake.
Sound like a pod racer.
Yeah. So the stairwell sort of empties out there on the top leftish. We've got 20 minutes and then we'll call it because I will go to work tomorrow, unfortunately.
Yep.
I don't know about you, Ollie, but if we're going into a new lair, let's call it here.
We're alright for a minute or two.
I'm thinking then we can start afresh, hopefully, with Tom next time, and potentially that'll be the last session anyway.
How do you two feel about that? Do you want to stop here or do you want to carry on?
I'm not fussed. I can't see anything on the map at the minute anyway. I'm not fussed.
Should be able to see a revealed patch at the top.
No, I can't see nothing.
I can't see anything.
I can't see a bean.
I can see nothing.
Oh, double negatives himself.
How about now?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Any good?
No.
These poxy... Hold on. Oh, turn the freaking dynamic lighting off.
Is it because there's no tokens up?
Yeah, well, yeah, it could be. Here we go, here we go. Ah.
There we go! I see a rotating staircase.
Let me just get...
Me and Durzo are there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find rogue arteries. Oh.
There's two Rogars.
Yeah, we flipping... Who's put that other one down there? Oh, dynamic lighting's working today, look. Oh. Don't flipping cheat. What are you doing? Unbelievable.
I didn't actually see anything.
Rocks fall and you'll die.
Yay! GM power!
So why? I don't know. I've turned the dynamic lighting off and it seems to be working now. That's even more weird, isn't it? What can you guys see? Just the square that I've revealed, or can you see into the room?
No, we see the spiral when it stops.
Oh, so about there.
Oh, okay.
That was a cool little ripple.
Right, okay. So, yeah, you're in this sort of staircase. Opens out into this large room here.
Are we likely to finish next session, Ollie?
Already know.
Dynamic lighting's on.
I should
Who
have.
keeps moving my bloody token?
I did just turn the epoxy thing off. Dynamic. Why is it back on again? How's that?
No, I'm still based on whatever you've unlocked.
Yeah, cool. So you can all see this big square in front of you.
Yes.
Good. That's all right then. So, number 28. Waterfall cavern. A loud waterfall spills down the northwest wall of this cavern deep into a deep pool. The rocky walls glisten with spray and weird array of colourful minerals and strange lichen lend an unhealthy beauty to this spot. A fast moving stream runs south from the pool at the base of the falls, and a nearby natural passage leads in the same direction. A set of narrow stairs cut into the rock wind up to the north. They're the ones you just came down. And 2 old wooden doors stand in a wall of dressed stone to the east.
I'm happy to carry on, but I don't want to go too far without Tom, especially if next week could be the last week.
It's 50-50 if next week will be the last week. I think well, it's really hard to gauge it because it depends on whether you go left or right, you know what I mean?
I want to go right.
It could quite easily, I don't mean literally on this map, but I mean it could easily be the last session, or equally there might be about sort of 4 or 5 hours left to play. I mean, I don't mind next week playing until you finish.
It depends on what day you're talking about.
But yeah, well, it'd probably be Monday again.
I'm going to be playing too late because I've got work every day, so...
Yeah.
I mean, this is a bit of a push, really, because I'll be napping tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got to go work tomorrow as well. Well, should we call
Right,
it
well, let's call it there then. That's good enough for me. At the end of the day, real life always comes first.
But if we chuck it here, then we all know we've got to explore this area still.
Exactly.
But we're not going to get any rested experience, nothing. Yeah.
To be honest, though, we've not really used much in terms of resources.
What's your health looking like? You're all more or less on full health, aren't you?
I'm at 31 out of 40. I'm also exhausted with no dragon's breath.
My fucking token isn't linked to my health. It does matter. I'm on 35.
I've not even taken a hit point of damage.
No, I shouldn't be on 35. I took 5 down to... I'm on 29.
No, I could do with a long rest.
Well, it's up to Ollie. Are you happy for us thematically to go back to the... well, technically the troglodytes have got a lair.
Let me whip you back on the last...
With the bears.
I'll put you
We
back
can
on
go to that room where I just discovered the scale mill.
Yeah, I think that's a good place.
So you're back on the previous map, but then you got all the waterfall thing again, didn't you?
Oh,
That's part and parcel. What I reckon up here is quite an easy place to secure. If you just place your trap down in that hallway, we're good.
Right, where we are now, Ollie.
Yeah.
Let me just do a quick...
Let's just go sleep.
There we go.
Off we go.
How many footprints are around here?
None.
None. We just rest here, guys.
It's a bit open though, isn't it?
I've just done a survival roll and nothing comes down here.
Put your trap in this sort of area, and then we're good.
You will have to go across the slippery bit again. I suppose.
Yes.
Well, I suppose for the purpose of fun, you could say he ties a rope round your waist as you go along there, and if you do slip between the two of them, they can pull you back up easy enough, can't they?
Sounds good.
So, okay, you set a trap there.
Ollie.
Hello.
My token, I don't think it's linked to my character sheet, because every time we drag it back on, I don't have the right numbers in the circles.
Oh. That's because you imported one down the bottom, I think, but maybe you didn't put it on right or something. I don't know.
No, I think what's happened, Ollie, is where you've saved it, you've just saved a fixed value of hit points rather than the...
Oh, I didn't touch Steve or Lee's character sheets because they imported them.
Okay, then whoever set them up wrong.
So you're going to have a long rest there anyway, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, in that case, I'll say goodbye to anybody who's watching. Thank them for watching. Hope they enjoyed it. Tom and Lee will probably have a look at this to see where we're at. But yeah, next session could well be the last session of this adventure. So we'll bid you good night and see you next time.
Thank
Bye.
you very much. Bye.